What's up everyone, my name is Mike and welcome back to my channel, and today I want to talk VeVe San Diego Comic-Con and what I've been doing with VeVe as of late. Let's get into this. What a time to go on vacation with everything that has happened this week in NFTs in general, but today we're just going to talk about VeVe and San Diego Comic-Con and the drops that happened. Typically I would make a video for each of these, but I went on vacation and I actually missed most of these drops, but I did go for the Tesseract today. Regardless of that, I wouldn't have even gone for the Welcome to San Diego poster, the Chimichanga truck, Deadpool, and I actually did go for the comic, so I did end up getting that one. I got a common, and it is sitting at retail currently in the market with that. But to be honest, I wasn't really interested in going for any of these except the Tesseract and the Silver Surfer. I do think that these were not the greatest drops personally for San Diego Comic-Con and what they could have done and really hyped up while they are there. But maybe that's just part of their game plan with this, especially since the deadline for KYC is July 30th. Perhaps they're just waiting on some bigger drops after everybody has been forced to KYC, so that might make a little bit of sense. Still, the Silver Surfer dropping as a single edition rarity without the other 5 different editions, the 5 different rarities from common to secret rare, is a little bit interesting, and no animations with that. So as a first appearance Silver Surfer, we're just getting that single rarity of rare. But let's go through each of these one by one, what they drop for, what they're currently sitting in the market, and just my thoughts and my opinions on this. Once again, not financial advice, but always think about what you think you should be doing with each of these, and also collect what you're interested in, really. The first thing that we got was the Welcome to San Diego poster, and this is the Spider-Man, and I actually kind of like this one. I think it's blank on the back, which is kind of interesting, but it's cool to see all the different Spider-Man that they have here. This dropped at 60 gems, so this kind of deterred me away from it. 3,900 editions, a good, decent, small number of editions for this, so maybe some sort of rarity with this, but there's nothing really that sets this apart as a San Diego Comic-Con 2022. There's none of that on here. It just says Welcome to San Diego, and it is a con exclusive that adds to it, but if it had something specifically for San Diego Comic-Con 2022, I think that might add to the rarity with it. At least somebody might be interested in it, being that they went to this San Diego Comic-Con and they might want to add to their collection because of that. So with this one, I wasn't even gonna go for it. I couldn't. I was in a place with no internet connection, so I wasn't even gonna go for this one at all anyways. And that's sitting below retail at 50 gems. And then we had the Deadpool's Chimichanga truck. This is a Marvel Mighty, and we've already got Deadpool as a first appearance, and we've already got Deadpool as a Marvel Mighty, so this is kind of an interesting one to drop, and especially we haven't gotten a Deadpool or a Marvel Mighty vehicle, so maybe this has some sort of significance in the future, but as of right now, this is not something that I would have gone for. This has a list price of 40 gems, 6,100 editions. I think that's quite a bit for something like this. It's currently sitting under retail at 30 gems. And then we had the House of M comics, and this is really interesting because this storyline sort of influenced the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, the movie that came out recently, but it's not a significant modern day comic. With this, no significant first appearances, but with a limited drop of 10,000 editions, this adds some value to a otherwise less valuable comic. And I got a comment on this drop. I was actually able to go for this one, and it's sitting at that retail mark of about 699 gems. And then the Tesseract, this one I definitely wanted to go for at 30 gems for the list price. This was interesting because the Eye of Agamotto went for 70 gems on the drop. and there was a lot of complaints around the list price for that. So to see this going for 30 gems is quite interesting. 8,610 editions, quite a bit number of editions with an uncommon stamp on that. I got 2 on the drop, and my lowest edition was 1,004, so I think I'll hold on to those, especially with the Eye of Agamotto pumping recently. And I believe this draws back to Randy Chavez talking with David Yu, and apparently these Infinity Stones are going to have quite significance in the near future with VeVe, so that caused the Eye of Agamotto to completely pump. I can't believe where the secret rare is at with that, so I'm gonna hold on to these Tesseracts for now because this has an Infinity Stone inside of it, the Space Stone. And then finally, the biggest one here in my opinion, Silver Surfer dropping as a rare first appearance. Again, this gets a first appearance stamp as opposed to a Comic-Con stamp because this actually trumps the Comic-Con exclusive stamp, I guess, the CE. So first appearance and first editions trump the CE stamp. So first appearances trump the con exclusive stamp. I thought first editions would too, but that Tesseract still gets the con exclusive stamp as opposed to the first edition stamp. 6,100 editions, 60 list price. Once again, really interesting that they don't drop the blind box for this with 5 different rarities, especially with Silver Surfer, who seems to be a fan favorite, at least for me, speaking for myself. Really interesting what they've done here with the Comic-Con, and just watching the videos, it's great to see what they've done with their booth, with being a part of the Marvel booth there at Comic-Con. I personally think they've done a great job, and choosing Marvel Mighties really, I think, appeal to a broad range of people. I think if they had some sort of comics there that people can flip through and read, which I assume that they might have with their iPad set up there, I think that the Marvel Mighties really appeal to anybody and everybody that might go to Comic-Con, whether they're younger or older. I think it's a good general range that meets a general audience. So Marvel Mighties, I think, was a good call on their part, though I can completely see if you don't agree with that. I could definitely see, you know, choosing a different sort of collectible to promote there, but I think Marvel Mighties is a good middle ground to sort of reach that general audience as opposed to leaning in towards one audience or another. In terms of demographics, it's great to see that they've got iPads set up, that people can kind of scroll through different collectibles, what they're sitting at. One thing that I wish that they would have done, and this might be a little bit controversial because I'm sure many people being part of VeVe for so long will say, well, no, why would you do that for new users and not us? But I think that for every user signed up, they should have a blind box appear for them at this exclusive San Diego Comic-Con. So if you go through their QR code there, you get a blind box of a con exclusive just for that, some sort of Marvel character, not first appearances or anything like that, but like a con exclusive drop, maybe even Marvel Mighties or something to go along with that. So if you sign up with us there at San Diego Comic-Con, you go through our QR code, you're going to get a blind box just for registering. So I think that is important. I think that would have been great to have seen there, something to incentivize people signing up right then, right there. I know from my opinion, my experience, just getting that first blind box really got me hooked on VeVe, and I think that that's what we need to do, is to introduce this to people, for them to get their first blind box and that green truck popping up showing their mint number and their rarity and what kind of collectible that they got. I think that would have been really amazing. Now, I have seen the VeVe gold lettering logo and some really cool signature from the founders there. I think that's also pretty amazing. I don't know who exactly got those, why they got those, and everything, but I think we'll start to see a little bit more of that. Still, it would have been good to see everybody that attended there, and I'm not there. I wouldn't have been able to get this, so I am speaking as somebody that wants to see the platform grow rather than you know, me being selfish and not wanting to see other people get free collectibles, I think that would have been a great idea, that blind box strategy for anybody and everybody that was there, that was first signed up. And maybe if you're a VeVe supporter, you got something as well. If you're already signed up for VeVe, or you have a certain threshold of collectibles and comic values, you get those VeVe gold lettering things that they're giving out, or whatever that might look like there. So just my thoughts, my opinions on these drops. VeVe at San Diego Comic-Con. If you have differing opinions, leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you are thinking about their presence there at San Diego Comic-Con. Comment section below. Please like this video if you found it helpful for whatever reason, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching.